right, everybody, it's March 15th. March is colon cancer awareness month, and the 15ths are the Ides of March, if you've heard of that term before. All right, so I'm going to back up about 6 months, 7 months prior to my diagnosis in 2020. So that puts us August, September 2019. I'm at a work function, and there are several co-workers there and several other people from around the state of Tennessee there. And I have a conversation with a friend who is an associate pastor of a church down in southern Middle Tennessee. And I explained to him, I said, I've got this calling, I got this desire, I have this need, and I would like if you would be so kind as to baptize me in the future. I don't know when the situation will arise or the circumstances may arise or what the circumstances may be at the time, but you are someone who I trust, someone who I have faith in, someone who I believe is a holy man, and I'd like for you to baptize me. He says, sure, great, when you're ready, come on down, we'll take care of it. So fast forward to March 6th, to Friday, I get my diagnosis. Now, those of you who have had this diagnosis, you recognize that probably walking around in a cloud, just doing good to make decisions and stand upright and go on about your day. But also, you got to get through it. So March 8th, I do my normal Sunday gig. I work at a church on Sunday, or did so at the time, and that was what I did, just go through the motions. Of course, I didn't have all the information at the time, so I was just going on basically what I had. Following week, COVID hits, and the church that I work at decided to close, and so they didn't have services that following March 15th. Here we are, March 15th, a year ago, March 15th today. So I say to Angie, well, did you like to go to your church today? Since, where I work is not open, and I'm not going to be doing anything there, so let's go to your service. So she agrees. We get all prepared and get ready and make our trip up the road to where her church is, and lo and behold, they have a guest speaker that particular day, or a guest pastor. And what a message he preached. So the same message that my friend from southern Middle Tennessee and I discussed was the same message that we learned at Angie's church that same day, March 15th. I think it was about baptism and salvation. And so, of course, at the end of every service, they have a calling and an opening and an invitation. And it was so pointed at me that obviously I had to say, well, we got to get at it. And I'm going to make my way up to the pulpit and request to be baptized and saved by Jesus Christ. So that day I did so, and was baptized there in the little church and gave my life to God. On the outside looking in, you see and ask questions and wonder and draw conclusions, but it's not until the inside, where you're on the inside looking out, that may not have all your answers, but at least you know where you're traveling to and where you've traveled from. This journey that I've been on has been a spiritual journey, and I fair to say that the many that have been through and walked this path have also been on that spiritual journey. And it goes without saying, faith is soothing to the soul and a blessing to the heart. I think about what had to happen in order to lead me to that little church to be baptized. It's not just the norm. You have to first you get this diagnosis, and then you go through with a cloudy mind and learn that the church that you normally work at closes. And then we make a decision to go up to Angie's church, and lo and behold, there's a guest speaker. And the guest speaker puts it out there with a gigantic sign, literally a sign pointed directly at me, which allows me to, it doesn't allow me, but encourages and really just says, it's your turn, let's get at it. And I've been at it for a year now. My message, I guess, being said from this whole story is have faith. Be strong in your faith and let faith guide you. Because as long as you follow the path of faith, then you're going to be where God wants you to be. And that's where I am today. It's March, and March is Colon Cancer Awareness Month. I'll do a shout out to Jared McMillan. Jared McMillan is down in Texas and part of the Wolf Pack. Jared's been battling colon cancer for quite some time. We'll say an extra prayer for him and his wife and their child and their families. Jared's been having a tough time as of recent, and any bit of support we can offer, I'm sure will be greatly appreciated. We'll see you all tomorrow.